Hey y'all, it's Kinsey here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have a very fun video. If you guys saw my last video, you know that I filmed a Sephora, Ulta, Walmart, Lunar Beauty haul. And today I'm going to be filming a full face of first impressions. I literally have like every product apart from two, I think. So if you guys want to see me get ready with the full face of new items, then keep on watching. Okay, so I zoomed you guys in just a tad and I'm going to go ahead and start my makeup. I am so excited to try all these new products. I know my hair is very wild, so I'm sorry about that, but you're just gonna have to deal with it, sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera. I don't have any new brow pencils, but then once I do fill them in, I'll be back to try my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. So just stay tuned for that. I'm not gonna do much to my brows because I don't do that much anymore. So I just kind of fill them in just a little. And I am using the Huda Beauty micro shade brow pencil in the shade 5. I kind of just like to add a little bit of a tail and then just fill in a tiny bit. Okay, I'm back. My brows are done and they're looking not the best. But I will clean them up with a little bit of concealer after I use my brow freeze. So this is going to be my first time using it. So let's crack her open if I can. There we go. Can I get her open? Okay, so here's what the packaging looks like. Just like very reflective, and it is just a like clear pomade gel type thing. So I'm taking my Blinged brushes, Paige Koren collab in E28. This is just the spoolie, and I'm just going, I guess, just gonna start rubbing in there, and then gonna run this through my brows. This is really gonna stick them down. Wow. Oh my gosh. Sorry if I'm like out of frame. I'm definitely looking into my mirror down here because wow. Oh my gosh. This is I did not need to fill in my brows hardly at all with this. Wow, look at that. I look like my brow is huge. That's okay, I guess. Just gonna go on the other side and do the same thing. Just gonna go up with all those hairs, and then once I get them all sticking up, I will take the other end, the other side of the spoolie, and kind of just brush them down and tame them a little bit. Wow, my brows are the fluffiest that I have ever seen on me, and I don't know if I like them. But I guess I'll have to deal with it. I think I love this product. Here's the brows. There's something. But I actually really like this product. It's very, it will keep your brows in place. I can tell you that right now. But yeah, this seems like a good product. So, okay, I'm back. My eyebrows are done. I have the concealer on my lid. And I'm going to zoom you guys in just a little bit more so we can go ahead and get started with the eyes. I zoomed you guys in just a tad bit more. For the eyes today, we're going to be going in with the ABH Norvina palette. This is the volume 1. I have no clue what I'm actually going to do on my eyes. All I know is I have this palette to work with. So I'm probably going to end up doing something purpley just to match my shirt, even though I've done purple on my channel multiple times. I'm just feeling inspired by the purples, and I don't know. Maybe I should do an orange look. I'm going to do an orange look. Even though it won't match my shirt, that's okay. I haven't done an orange look on my channel, and I have done a purple look on my channel. So I'm going to go ahead and do an orange look today. I'm going to go into D3, which is that like reddish orange shade there. And I'm just going to use the mirror in the palette because it's very big. So if I'm looking down, I'm sorry, but I just am going to place that shade in my outer corner. Going to go into the shade E2, which is like an orangey shade. And I'm just going to start to blend out that red shade. Just like to go in tiny, tiny, tiny circles with that. This orange does seem to be a little bit darker when it hits my eye than it is in the pan. So I'm not super excited about that, but that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Next, I'm going to take, it looks crazy right now, but you just have to trust the process, people. I'm just going to take my M433 and dip into a little bit of E3 mixed with D1. I'll go ahead and, has a lot of fallout, kickback, but I'm taking a mixture of this yellow and this yellow. And I'm just going to dip my brush in both of those and just blend this out even more. I'm literally barely touching my skin, kind of just doing like a back and forth motion. Okay, so now that we have that all done and blended, I like to take my makeup wipe and just kind of clean up that edge. Just like that. And I'm doing a little bit of a extreme look because I have some big lashes to use. So now that I have those colors on, I'm gonna go ahead and dip into C2, which is this yellow shimmer right here. I would use my fingers, but my nails are too long, so I am gonna use a brush, and I'm probably gonna spray it with setting spray just because that's how I do with like every eyeshadow if I don't use my finger, because it just makes them work better. So getting this ready, I'm just going to go ahead and dip into that shade. I'm going to spray it with some setting spray. Oh, that's got a hard mister on it. And then I'm just going to kind of go right in there. Okay, I'm back with both eyes finished. I forgot to use this beautiful like peachy shade down in the bottom here. I love that shade, but I forgot to use it. So I am going to take a little bit of that just on a different flat brush. Let's see, this like tiny one. This is the Jaclyn Hill X Morphe JH42. I'm going to dip into that, and I'm just going to add a little bit of that on the edge of the yellow shade just because I really wanted to try it. Okay, so I'm really liking how this is looking, so I'm going to stop before I mess it up. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close my palette because I will do the lower lash line a little bit later. Okay, I'm back. The texture of this beauty blender is so weird. It's definitely a lot more like squishy. It's not as soft as a beauty blender, but it's squishy. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the texture of it is like squishy. It's not too hard. Actually feels pretty soft. I do like the little flat edge. That'd be good for like if you bake or like to get right up in there, you know. So I'm very excited to try that out, but it did get pretty soft and definitely grew in size, so that is good. So for primer, I'm using the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer. Supposedly this is a dupe for the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip, I'm pretty sure. So we'll see. It's also that same like green color that the Milk one is, and it does feel very similar. It feels very similar. I'd say it's not as thick as the Milk one. I think the Milk one is definitely a lot thicker when you're trying to rub it onto your skin. But it does leave your skin tacky like the Milk one. I did have two to try out. I have Charlotte Tilbury and Urban Decay. I'm going to see which one has a better shade and probably go with that one, or I might do a half and half depending on how different the shade is. But let's see. I'm opening the Charlotte Tilbury one now and trying to pump some out on my hand if it ever comes. I think I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury one today. Yeah, I just really want to try that one, so I'm going to go in with that one today, and I'll try the other one probably in a different video, maybe. Maybe I'll try it in my review of the Soph stuff. So yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and pump out some of that Charlotte Tilbury on my hand. I just did 2 pumps for now, which gave a little bit. And then I'm going to take my Lunar Beauty sponge, just dip into there, and start bouncing into my skin. This is definitely a little bit dark. Not too bad. It'd look a lot better whenever my tan is fresh. I'm liking the coverage. It's about, looks like medium to full buildable coverage, I'd say. Definitely take it down the neck. I'm loving this sponge, actually. I wasn't too sure of how I'd feel about it because it's a little bit harder than what I'm used to with the Beauty Blender. But it's definitely softer than the Morphe sponge. That one is just way too hard, and I do not see how people like that thing. But oh, I forgot about this. I have to try this IT Cosmetics Superhero Liner. I'm not going to do a wing, I don't think, because I already have my foundation on, but I will do like a line. I love this eyeliner. Oh my gosh. This made my wings so easy compared to normal. Like, oh my gosh, I love this eyeliner. I ended up doing wings because it was just so easy to control. I love this eyeliner. Oh my gosh, so good. Alright, anyway, the foundation is good too, but the eyeliner was really, really, really good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer. This is in the shade Chiffon. So I'm going to start out with a little bit because it's supposed to obviously be very high coverage. So don't want to overdo it. So that's all I'm going to do. I know that looks like a lot. It is a lot, but I like concealer, so I'm going to take the flat end of the sponge for this, just to see how it works. Oh yeah, that's full coverage. Oh my gosh. I like the color. It's a little light for this foundation, but when I don't have tan on and I use the right shade foundation, this color is beautiful. I love how it's looking. Definitely a little drying, but that's okay. Let's see. What do I have next? I'm going to go ahead and do my blush. I have a liquid blush and a cream blush to try. Good thing I did not forget before I powdered my skin because that would have been bad. But I have the Patrick Ta blush and the Rare Beauty liquid blush to try. So we're going to do the Patrick Ta on this side and Rare Beauty on this side. So let's go ahead and try the Patrick Ta first. Just go in with my fingers, you know? Let's go in with my fingers. Here's what that looks like. Just going to go in with my finger. And I have picked some up, and then I'm just going to start placing that here. And just start blending that in. Beautiful color. I like to keep my blush a little bit higher just so it like lifts the face, and then if you put it like in the center, it like kind of drags your face down. So I just like to put that here. And let me look closely. I don't see it lifting my foundation or my concealer, so that's good. Yeah, that's very pretty. I don't think I'm going to add any more of that because I do have to put the cream or the powder one on top. So I'm just going to do the same thing with the Rare Beauty one. I'll use my finger. Oh, this is in the shade, the Patrick Ta is in the shade Do We Know Her. And the Rare Beauty is in the shade Joy. So I'm just going to take this. I'm just going to do like the tiniest dot because I heard these are very pigmented, and I'm just going to take my finger and just blend that out. Oh yeah, wow, these are pigmented. These are very pigmented. I didn't even need that much, so I'm going to take my sponge and try and blend over that a little bit. Okay. That's my cream blush done. I think they both look absolutely beautiful. They both performed amazing. For powder, I'm using the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I heard about this through Jaclyn Hill, and she loves it. And it's supposed to keep your face from looking too dry or cakey. It's like has a little bit of a shimmer in it, I think. Or like a glow. I'm just dipping that into my sponge into the powder, and I'm just going to set my under eye with that. So far, it's looking good. It's not looking to oxidize my under eye at all. Definitely is translucent. I'm not seeing too much of a glow right now, but maybe when we use a brush. Okay, so I'm just going to set the rest of my face with a powder brush. Blinged brush is X Paige Koren in F21. This is just like the big fluffy brush. I'm just going to dip my brush into that powder and just set the rest of my face. Yeah, I'm really liking this powder. Let's see if it has a smell. No, doesn't smell like anything, so that's good. If I can get the cap on. Bronzer, I have the Revlon Skin Lights Prismatic Bronzer in Sunlit Glow. If I can open it. Why are these so hard to open? Ugh. Okay, finally got it open. Okay, so I'm using the F23, and this does have a glow, I think. It looks like it has a glow anyway, so just tapping in, and I'm just going to start swirling that on my cheeks. It's very sheer, which is good because I like my bronzer to be buildable instead of like straight color as soon as you touch your cheek, because sometimes you can like go overboard. That's beautiful. I like that a lot. Next, we're gonna go in with a little bit more blush. So I'm gonna go into the Patrick Ta again and take the powder blush and just take that onto my cheek where I had the other blush. This is a beautiful blush. I love it. A little bit of that on my nose. I like that color. Okay. Now, I don't know if I want to go in on the other side with the e.l.f. or the KVD. Let's see. Let's swatch them. I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. one. Yeah, I want to try it, and I really like this color, so I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. one. So I'm just taking that same brush that I used on this side, Oh yeah, that's pretty. It's definitely orangey. A lot more peachy than this side, but I like it. I think it's very pretty. I'm going to test out, I'm going to see how this powder does for baking. I don't know. I'm going to dip into that with the one side and then just kind of carve that out. Okay, I'm back and I did my lower mascara. I'm going to go ahead and do my highlighter now. I have two, well technically only one, but I'm going to use the MAC on this side, and I am going to use the e.l.f. highlighter part on this side, so let's see how that goes. This is in the shade Whisper of Gilt, the MAC one is. I'm just going to dig my brush in there a little, and then go. Ooh, that's so pretty. That is beautiful. Worked very, very well. So next, I'm going to dig into the e.l.f. one, and I'm going to go on this side. That's pretty too. It's not as intense as the MAC. Let's move my hair. Definitely has obviously more of that peachy look, but that's beautiful too. Yes, I love those. Okay, beautiful. This e.l.f. is really surprising me. I need to get more colors of these. Okay, I'm back. I do have my lashes on and my mascara done. I used the BaddieB lashes in the style #IG because they're more of like the, I guess, the winged ones. I do actually really like these lashes. They're very comfortable. They're easy to put on. So yeah, I love those. I used the Physicians Formula 24 karat gold. I did not like this because it puts like little glitters all over your face, which I didn't even think about. I mean, I should have expected it, but I didn't even think about it. But yeah, so that's what I used while I was gone. So the last thing in my makeup that I have to do, I believe, is just lips. So I do have two new two new lips products to try out. So I have the Wet n Wild High Shine Brilliance and Close Off is the shade. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it. This is a very shiny lipstick, which is okay, but my lips are pretty dry right now, so that would honestly probably be the best bet. But the Bedoya Beauty lipstick in the shade Birthday Suit. This looks very pretty. The packaging feels kind of cheap, but that's what this looks like. So very bougie, but oh yeah, this shade is going to be beautiful. Let's swatch it next to the Wet n Wild one. This one is definitely a lot more matte than the Wet n Wild one. There's the Wet n Wild and there's the Bedoya Beauty. I'm definitely going in with the Bedoya Beauty. So let's go ahead and go in with that. This one's definitely going to match my eye look a lot better. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of just lipsticks. I prefer liquid lipsticks just because I don't like to reapply that often. This feels very creamy though. The shade is beautiful. I love this shade. You do have to go over it a few times. It's not the most pigmented thing, but that's okay. I love the shade of this. Shade is beautiful. Okay, and I think that is it for my makeup. I absolutely loved how everything turned out. Here it is closer up. I absolutely love like almost everything I've tried. The only thing that I didn't really like was the Physicians Formula spray, as I told you guys, because it put like little glitters on my face, which I only want sometimes, okay. But I didn't get to try the Urban Decay foundation. I didn't get to try the KVD blush or the other style of BaddieB lashes. But I think I tried everything else. So I actually really loved like everything that I tried. I hope you guys like this video. Please, please, please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Mwah.